Let us now get on to phase 2. Recall that in phase 1, all we did was just to get some video intro to our PowerPoint slide. Now, in this phase, we want to learn how we narrate the PowerPoint file of the lecture. Narrate. What does narration mean? Narration means that you will voice over, just like I'm doing now. I'm talking and the microphone of the computer is accepting what I'm saying and recording it alongside the slides. It also you can also do the timing. You can rehearse the timing and you can add audio. Audio is being added now. You can add some other audios and you can also add video to your narration. And the final file after narrating, you can then save it as a PowerPoint file or as a video file, whichever form your students, when they grab this file, it's as if you are there, because this narration will just be given as if you are there in person. So it's also a 5-step process, just like we had the other one, the phase 1. We had a 5-step process. Step number 1 is for you to load the PowerPoint file. Number 2 is to click on slideshow. Don't worry yourself, we're going to go through all of this. Step 3 is to record the narration. Step 4 is to follow the on-screen instruction when you click on record narration. And then after completing this, you then save the file as PowerPoint file or as video. Enough of talk. Let us now get on to do some practice. So let us select from any of the class submissions. Let's look at Dr. Shorunke here. Yeah, recall that the dentistry people, were the most preponderant in Module 3. That's why I'm selecting one of them. So, Dr. Shorunke, let's look at a lecture note. This is the lecture note that Dr. Shorunke is going to present. PDS 502, Periodontology 1, for 500 level BDS students. The topic is Etiology of Periodontal Disease, Dr. Mudukbeore Shorunke. So this is a nice lecture note, which she has now transformed into this PowerPoint file. So it's the PowerPoint file that will now be narrating. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, so this is the PowerPoint file. I've opened it in Microsoft PowerPoint 2007. By the way, I have the 2016 version, but because I believe that most of you have the 2007 Microsoft Office, that's why I'm using this as an example. Now, as you can see from the bottom here, this is, come up with, you can see PowerPoint 2016, and the others are 2016 too, Excel 2016. So I'm using this one, which is Microsoft PowerPoint 2007. So anyway, let's get back to here. Etiology of periodontal disease. Shorunke has, as you can see, 39 slides, which she's going to narrate, to the class. Let's tweak this a little bit. Now the objective, if for instance I do a slideshow from the beginning, this is what I'm going to get. Very nice slides, so you can see. But I'm going to do a little bit of touch up to this. Where, okay, let's. Yeah, okay. So let me try to improve this particular slide, because I'm just going to take a few of them. So I'll go to animation. Let me come here. I've selected this. I'm going to animate this. Custom animation. Oh, we have, yes, custom animation. I'm here now. You can see it here. Add effect. Let's say an entrance effect, which will fade in. If you notice that the slides that I've been using, because all my presentations for Module 2 and other modules, I've actually been using PowerPoints. As easy as that. So I'll go to fade. Look at it. Fade. So this will come one by one down to the, exactly. So that's what I want. So I'm going to narrate up to here. Let me repeat again. Recall that our first step is to load the PowerPoint file, which is what we have done. The second thing to do is to go to slideshow. So you can see I've done the second, which is click on slideshow. What is the third? Can you recall? Oh, yes, you are right. That is record narration here. But I'm coming to this one in a minute. Let me just walk very quickly through the slides. That's the opening. These are the objectives. Okay, maybe we'll just put these objectives now. Okay, that's fine. So introduction, and I'm going to now stop here for the purpose of this narration, so as not to make the length of the video to be, the video to be too long. I mean, not to be too lengthy. So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4 slides for the lesson, and recall that I'm going to put a video, that's a introductory video, which I had before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert, from here. Let me insert another. Let me insert a, that's it. I'm going to insert, let's see now. Oh, okay. So recall that I had some intro. Unfortunately, my introduction is about webcam, but the file I want to use is on etiology of periodontal disease, but not to worry, it will come down to the same thing in terms of process. So I want to insert the intro here, and I moved. Let me move. Dr. Mudukweore, Shurunke faculty. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, fine. So if you go to home, just follow the step now. You go to home. You go to insert. As we said earlier, you can insert either movie or sound into your PowerPoint file. Now, what do I want to insert here? Yes, you're right, it is movie. So I click on movie. I ask me, where is the movie? So you go search for it. Recall that I have this lasso QIC that I asked that we should create. That's why I'm going to be pouring all our interesting files. So you can see this one is the video introducing the webcam, but in this case I'm going to use it for the periodontal disease. So you double click on it and it comes here. Now this dialog box is important. It's asking us, how do you want the movie to start in the slideshow? Is it automatically or when clicked? I think it should come on automatically. So I select this one. You can see it don't cover everywhere. It has covered all of this things, but you can resize it like this. You can resize it and drag it to here. Okay, it's still covering Dr. Shuruke. So it's here. So that's it. Okay, you can actually, let's move this one down a little bit. So this will give us the intro. For you to see how the thing goes, before we start our narration, let me get it to do like this from the beginning. That's it. It has started recording, as you can see here. So see how easy it is. We are putting that intro. So hello class, I'm glad to be with you again. We are glad to be with you too. In this lesson, we should be learning how you use the webcam. Okay, I'm pressing escape now so that I can continue with what we're progressing with, right? So we're all here. We are putting the intro video, and now we want to start the narration. Recall that if I start narration from this first bit, this one, it will be going all over this page. So let us start the narration. Okay, fine. We can do that. Record narration. We'll click on this, and it's giving us the dialog box here. And I think we're okay. Just accept the default. The default is what the computer suggests to you. Let me say okay. So it starts. It has started recording. As you can see here, it has started to count down. So hello class, I'm glad to be with you again. Must not talk here, and in this because this video is on. As I'm talking, we're overriding what I have. I mean, webcam for recording the intro to your PowerPoint file. Now, if you press here, it stops recording. Okay, so because that one is done, so let me now click on this. Let me Now, the objectives of this lesson, my dear students, are one, to classify the etiologic factors for periodontal disease, to name the primary local etiological factors for periodontal disease and describe their role or its role, well, singular, to list the secondary local etiologic factors and discuss their role, and then list the systemic factors and discuss their roles. So, periodontium are the tissues supporting and investing the tooth. You have the gingiva, the cementum, periodontal ligament, alveolar bone. You can see this here. You can see the pulp cavity, the enamel, the dentine, the gingiva, cementum. You can see this. You can see alveolar bone that we mentioned earlier, and the vessels. So, in conclusion, dear students, in this lesson we classify the etiological factors. We named the primary local etiological factor. We listed the secondary ones, and we listed the systemic factors and discussed the role. And next class, we shall be looking at other aspects of dental issues. From now, until then, it is bye. So it's finished. So what you do is just press the escape. I press the escape key, and it's asking me, the narrations have been saved with this slide. Do you want to save the slide timings as well? Yes, because I've sequenced the thing, the slide timings. So you just say save. Wow, wonderful. So you can see this whole thing is there. Now, my dear colleagues in last week. Now, let me play this back. You can see it has spent 28 minutes here, 29, 14, 15, 26. So what I'm going to do is to now play this back, and I'm going to be quiet. You are going to hear what the playback is going to be. So let's go to from beginning. It has started recording. You can see here, it has started to count down. So, hello class, I'm glad to be with you again. Now, notice, and in this lesson we should be learning because this video shows as I'm talking to you, overriding what I have for recording the intro to your PowerPoint file. Now, if you press here, it stops recording. Yeah. So, if that one is done, click on this. Now, the objectives of this lesson, my dear students, are one, to classify the etiologic factors for periodontal disease, to name the primary local etiological factors for periodontal disease and describe their role or its role, well, singular, to list the secondary local etiologic factors and discuss their role, and then list the systemic factors and discuss their roles. So, periodontium are the tissues supporting and investing the tooth. You have the gingiva, the cementum, periodontal ligament, alveolar bone. You can see this here. You can see the pulp cavity, the enamel, the dentine, the gingiva, cementum. You can see this. You can see alveolar bone that we mentioned earlier, and the vessels. So, in conclusion, dear students, in this lesson we classify the etiological factors. We named the primary local etiological factor. We listed the secondary ones, and we listed the systemic factors and discussed the role. And next class, we shall be looking at other aspects of dental issues. From now, until then, it is bye. So it's finished. So what? So back to our 5-step process. We have loaded the PowerPoint file for the lecture by Dr. Shurunke. We clicked on slideshow. We clicked on record narration and followed the on-screen instruction. Now it's time for us to now save it as a PPT file or video file. So how does that go? Yeah, so the way it goes is that you come back to your files that have been, your slides that have been, rehearsed and voiced over with the video here, and just say file, save as. Now, when you say save as, it gives you a lot of options here. It's saying PowerPoint presentation, all of this, 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 all of this. what you can do, we said 2 forms, but there are quite a lot here. But it's either I save it as a PowerPoint file or as video. At the end of the day, we are going to video. So you can just take this one and say, Shorunke extract narrated, and that's it. Wonderful. So that's it. Let's even check the size of that file. Yeah, you can see it's taken up to 2 meg. So that is what I want the class to do. Narrate your slide and then send it across, before we now take on the loading. So phase 1, we use the webcam to do the introduction. Phase 2, we narrated the PowerPoint slides. Phase 3 will be going on to convert to video, and phase 4, exciting phase 4, will now be uploading our video. All the videos that you saw at MIT and all the ones that I've been using were all uploaded to YouTube. Now, our module 2 is on development. Now, we have developed the course outline, we have developed the lecture notes, we have developed the PowerPoint slides, we have narrated the PowerPoint slide. So it is now to upload and then to manage. So that's the end of phase 2 of the exercise. So until phase 3, it is bye for